Oh, hi. Sweet, thank you. There we go. Continuing Metal Gear Solid 2. And post. Okay. So, Twitch manager. I guess you follow back. Sure. And let's see here. There you go. Okay, so, alright, I need to... Testing? Okay, good. Mic works. Okay, so today is Tuesday, the 24th of December, 2024. Time is 22:10, so it's just after 10 o'clock at night. Here we go. I'll have to read the master book and screenplay book when I'm done. Okay, so we're at the end of the game now. We've gotten on to Arsenal gear. So here we go. Maybe I should put my camera on for a change. Hopefully it doesn't block anything. There we go. Okay, load game. And data save. Yep, I'll have to get him some clothes. Right. Yes, give me a map, please.
Raiden, do you copy? You must continue your mission.
I've lost all my gear. I need to locate Snake.
He was never factored into the simulation. Leave him out of this.
I can't do much naked, especially in this temperature.
That's true. You won't be able to attack or enter the hanging mode either.
I think Snake has my gear.
Raiden, take out Solidus and his men. You must recover Arsenal intact.
Colonel, are you under orders from the Patriots?
Your role, that is, mission, is to infiltrate the structure and disarm the terrorists.
My role? Why do you keep saying that?
Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance.
Colonel, I just remembered something.
What?
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Complete your mission, according to the simulation.
Colonel, who are you?
No more questions. We have Rosemary.
What do you mean by that?
Over and out.
Hey, Jack. Jack, I was serious when I said I wanted you to propose to me.
Rose?
I was really worried. There are times when it seems like you're not really looking at me and that if I looked away for a moment, you'll disappear. I wanted to make sure you couldn't get away. I thought that if we lived together, maybe things would change. That maybe we could change things ourselves. But that wasn't the problem. There was something deeper.
I'm sorry.
I guess it's impossible for me.
What are you saying?
I'm sorry, Jack. I love you. I really do. Please believe me. Whatever happens.
Rose?
Bye, Jack.
Okay, so for most of the game, she hasn't been very talkative, and then when she is, she's like all depressive and stuff. I'm not even sure if I can choke this dude. Nope. So I can punch. So I can knock him out, but I can't kill him. And if I punch him, then he'll be alerted straight away. Maybe I can make for the stairs there.
Raiden, turn the game console off right now.
What did you say?
The mission is a failure. Cut the power right now.
What's wrong with you?
Don't worry, it's a game. It's a game just like usual.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
What are you talking about?
Raiden, something happened to me last Thursday when I was driving home. I had a couple of miles to go. I looked up and saw a glowing orange object in the sky to the east. It was moving very irregularly. Suddenly, there was intense light all around me, and when I came to, I was home. What do you think happened to me?
Huh?
Fine. Forget it. Even my patience has its limits. I just can't leave this thing up to you any longer. I'll do the fighting. You can just go home.
Oh? What's that? Oh? What's that? Oh, I hit him. I need some overkill.
Jack, what's going on? Answer me! Jack? Jack!
Yeah. Last time I played this was like 20 years ago, so okay, so can't, got no weapons or anything, can't fight. Tried looking around down here, but guess it's not down here I'm supposed to go.
Jack, what's going on? Answer me! Jack? Jack!
So I have to get past all these guards without being seen. See, in Metal Gear Solid, the equipment was like right next to the torture room. It was actually right in the torture room, but not in this one.
There's somebody there. Huh? What was that just now?
don't even know what way to go.
Who's there?
Okay, so going up is the right way to go.
What was that just now?
It's just your imagination.
Actually, there is something I have been meaning to tell you, but I just couldn't. I think you should know, though. On Saturday morning last week, I saw a guy leaving Rosemary's room. How should I put it? It was like they were intimate. I'm sorry. Sorry to bring this up during the mission, but
What was that just now?
actually, I'm in really bad shape financially. I pay money to my ex-wife as part of our divorce settlement, among other bills. I just had no choice but to make you pay for lunch the other day. I'm really sorry. Even my patience has its limits. I just can't leave this thing up to you any longer. I'll do the fighting. You can just go home. Variety level 13. Rescue Merrill, the return of Ginola. I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carey rock. I need scissors. 61. Infiltrate the enemy fortress, Outer Heaven. Destroy the final weapon, Metal Gear. Your mission is to infiltrate the Fortress Galluade, rescue the hostages, and neutralize Metal Gear before its assembly is complete. Kawanishi, Osaguchi, Kino no Bibash, Takayama, Ukusun More, Suzumiga Taki, Tada, Yabano, Ichino Tori, Unino, Yamashika, Sasabe, Kafudai, Tokudai, Miyokenbuchi. An anemone or clematis plant's juice can cause a rash. When pruning them, it's a good idea to wear gloves. I was a North American fall webworm in my past life. Ah, those were the good old days. What were you in your former life? You got a PSG-1? You can use that against Sniper Wolf. Hurry up and save Merrill. President Baker should be somewhere to the south of where you blasted through the wall. Hurry and save him before the terrorists discover his code.
Jack, it's me.
Hi, Rose.
Jack, I owe you an apology.
If it's about that conversation just now, I'm the one who's sorry.
No, it's something else.
What is it?
That day at Federal Hall 2 years ago, it wasn't a coincidence. I was ordered to keep an eye on you.
Keep an eye on me?
Yes, by the Patriots.
You're a spy?
I suppose. Yes. It's an ugly word. Are you still there?
Was sleeping with me a part of the job?
I fell in love with you.
How could anyone?
I can't excuse what I did. I've reported every detail of your personal life to them these 2 years. What you did, said, everything.
Must have been fun.
But some things I didn't tell anyone. Like what I felt for you.
So that's why you were involved in this mission. I should have known. Why else would they toss an analyst into the mix at the last minute?
I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong.
No matter where I go, I get used.
I reinvented myself to suit your tastes. Hairstyle, clothes, the way I moved, things I talked about. You say you love the color of my hair, my eyes. They're not even real.
You must have gone over my psych profile with a fine-tooth comb.
It was my job.
Great performance. Had me completely fooled.
What I really wanted was for you to see the real me. It hurt to play out this artificial romance. It was worse to lie to myself than to you. The more love you gave me, the more it hurt. Because I knew the person you loved was just a character.
So it was artificial on my end, too. It was just a game, not the real thing.
Oh, Jack.
I feel better knowing that.
What?
I was in love, or thought I was, with someone who didn't exist. I was trying to be someone I wasn't by loving what wasn't real. I don't know who you really are. The person I knew isn't real. She's not the woman I'm talking to right now. In a sense, the deception was my own, not theirs.
Jack, I thought I was acting because that was my job. But I did fall in love with you. That wasn't an act.
You expect me to believe that? It's okay. You had your reasons, right? Hey, I understand, but I have nothing left to...
Jack!
What?
I'm carrying. I'm pregnant, Jack.
Rose! What's going on?
Amazing how you walk around like that.
Snake!
Been waiting long?
Where's my gear?
Right over there. That's more like it. Everything you had when you were captured is still there. Sorry about earlier. I had to use you as bait to gain access to Arsenal. It worked.
Why didn't you tell me about Olga?
You never asked. Not happy about that? Get over it.
Any effects of the virus yet?
Still waiting on that.
So, it was rigged by the Patriots?
Looks like it. From what I can tell, Arsenal is headed for Manhattan. I don't know what Solidus is planning, but we'll have to deal with it one way or another. There's also a troop of production model Rays ahead.
How many units?
25, according to Olga.
25?
Yeah. Can't say I've faced that many Metal Gears before, but I think we can deal.
No way we can.
We can, because we have no other choice.
How?
I've stocked up on Stinger missiles. Oh yeah, Olga left this for you.
Why?
Olga asked me to give it to you. Besides, I'm not a big fan of blades. Move the right stick up and down to make a vertical slice, and left and right to slice parallel to the ground. Move the stick in a circle to do a rotating cut. Push it forward to lunge and strike. You can guard with your blade if you have the L1 button pressed down. You should be able to deflect a bullet or two. Teach yourself how to handle the blade. You're going to need it at some point. Move the right stick to control the blade. Move the right stick up and down to slash up or down, and left and right to slice the blade horizontally. Come on, time to go. If you run out of ammo, you can have mine.
You got enough?
Absolutely. Infinite ammo.
Wait up, Snake.
What?
Snake, have you ever enjoyed killing someone?
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between reality and a game.
Diminished sense of reality, huh? VR training will do that.
No, it was field training when I was a kid. I lied, Snake. I have more field experience than I can remember. It's not VR that's doing this to me.
Raiden, we don't carry guns to take people down. We're not here to help some politician either.
You can say that because you're a legend, a hero. I'm Jack the Ripper, a dirty reminder of a terrible mistake.
Legends don't mean a whole lot. I was just a name to exploit. Just like you.
People will remember only the good part, the right part of what you did.
There's no right part in murder. Not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future? You can stop being part of a mistake. Starting now.
What am I? What am I supposed to do?
Find something to believe in, and find it for yourself. And when you do, pass it on to the future.
Believe in what?
That's your problem. Come on.
Snake, Raiden.
Otacon, you all right?
Yeah, so are all the hostages.
That's good news.
How's everything on your end?
All right for now, but there is something.
What?
The Colonel's last transmission was strange.
Strange? How?
Just strange. No idea.
Interference?
I don't know.
Where is this Colonel?
I don't know. I've never met the man, actually.
I'll dig around.
Thanks. I owe you one.
If there's anything else, call me on the codec. I might be able to help. The frequency is 141.12.
Follow me.
Raiden, about this colonel of yours. I found out where he is.
Where?
Inside Arsenal.
What?
I've checked out all the possibilities, but I keep coming back to Arsenal. It isn't a relay point, it's the origin of the signal. And the encryption protocol it uses is exactly the same as that of Arsenal's AI, the so-called GW.
What the hell does this mean?
I think it means you've been talking to an AI.
That's impossible.
The Colonel probably isn't GW per se. GW was most likely stimulating cortical activity in the dormant part of your brain through signal manipulation of your own nanomachines. The Colonel is, in part, your own creation, cobbled together from expectations and experience.
That's crazy!
But it's probably the truth. The virus may be starting to affect GW, which would explain the Colonel's behavior.
It was all an illusion? Everything I've done so far?
Raiden,
Snake, what's happening around here?
I don't know. What I do know is that you're standing right here in front of me. Not an illusion. Flesh and blood.
Huh?
It's your call. You can drop this if you want.
No, I can't do that. Let's go.
Raiden, they've got Rose.
What?
Rose is being held in the holds.
It's a trap.
Rose!
Raiden, get a grip.
But Snake...
It's a trap. Since the Colonel doesn't exist, there's no way he can take Rose hostage.
Yeah, you're right.
I am right.
Okay. Does Rose exist?
Don't be weird. She's your...
What if I've never really met her?
What?
If the Colonel is something that I partly dreamt up, then everything I remember about her could be...
Don't jump to conclusions.
You and Otacon are the ones that say the Colonel never existed.
Raiden!
Is this what Olga was talking about?
Okay. Well, looks like I don't need to do anything at all. I can just let Snake do everything. Fish and mealed? What? It's not a glitch, it's a feature.
Fortune.
It's been a long wait, Solid Snake. The root of all my sorrows.
What?
2 years ago, you killed my father. That was the beginning of hell for us. Everyone I love has been taken from me one by one, and no matter how hard I try, I can't follow them. An endless nightmare. The only thing we live for is to see it end. Our wait is almost over.
You can't be serious about firing the nuke.
Since no one can kill me, I may as well kill everyone I can. Starting with you, Solid Snake.
Damn!
Looks like I'm today's pick. You go on ahead. You want eternal rest? I've got it right here.
What are you gonna do? Bullets can't get near her.
I'll think of something. There's no such thing as a witch.
You think you can kill me?
I don't know what your group's been through, but let's get one thing clear. I didn't kill your father.
Do you think anyone believes your lies?
Raiden, get out of here!
Jack, I've been watching how you fight. It looks like you've remembered the way you used to kill in the old days. Or is it one of the S3 plan's proud achievements?
What are you talking about?
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development program to artificially reproduce Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack? I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets. But I've made use of you, and their plan too. Solid Snake's sudden appearance, your arrival, it was obvious the Patriots were among my ranks. I had to smoke out the agent before the mission entered the final phase. You came in handy, as bait. Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day was absolute, split between life and death. You ran from it, and now you've been led back to war by something less than real. No more games, Jack. At least you know. There's no reason to keep you alive now. I've given you a worthy opponent, at least. But now, you should die as the little Jackie boy I once knew.
Oh boy. Okay. So first Metal Gear, I destroyed it with C4, but it wasn't moving. Second one, I used grenades. And then the last one, the third one, Rex, I used the stingers.
Decided to show yourself.
Oh, don't do this! They'll know!
I'll hold them off and give you time to get away.
What about you? This is suicide!
Your nanomachines are transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. Do you understand? Child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family. I know I'm going to help, but at least my child.
I applaud your attitude. If you have a death wish, I'll be happy to accommodate you. See you in hell! Enjoy the show, Jack. Let's pick up where we left off. What's going on? What's wrong with it?
AI, GW, it's out of control.
What?
I'm reading an abnormal impulse cascade throughout the neural network. I can't shut it down.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
The Patriots?
I don't know.
Ocelot, what have you been up to?
It's too late. Arsenal's system control is going haywire. is on an emergency ascent course.
Stupid machines! Damn the Patriots! You still have some use.
Capture Snake.
Snake?
Bring him in. Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you. I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son!
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots! They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
No, there is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that. What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted. A little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
Ames and the President's deaths. The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Foxdie. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the President, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Foxdie. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your plan was invalidated even before execution, Solidus. Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people, a sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel will provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation. Solidus, you and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound. We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project? How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
Do you know why no bullet could hit you? It wasn't magic, or some new age mumbo-jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your dead cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
Thought I got her in the heart.
It missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Bastard.
Nothing on the AMP will fix.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
How's this then? Damn.
Fortune!
You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Everybody down!
What the? Impossible!
luck.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson, the daughter of a proud and noble soldier. I can see my family again.
Damn! Try this instead. No! No! No, not now! Brothers! Liquid! I've been waiting for this!
It can't be.
I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
You were inside Ocelot?
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
What?
You're the only one that can free me. After all... I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss. Time to say goodbye!
Damn.
Like surfing, it's a good way to go.
Liquid! Stop this thing!
Hey, Snake! You coming?
Federal Hall.
What are you laughing at?
Do you know what day it is today?
April 30th?
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence, the dawn of a new nation, here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule, liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack, listen to me. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation. The data of life is transferred from parent to child. That's how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles. Cloned from our father, with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out. What is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch? Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child, it extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well. All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty!
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you?
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap!
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best. And you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul-searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now, we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity. The S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method. We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to...
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Yikes, they sure talk a load of rubbish, don't they?
So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Right, take
Thank goodness.
down.
Or Bues Lydia.
I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
Don't listen to them.
Fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters.
You don't need to fight each other anymore because your enemies are now the same.
But still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous.
I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop. Your own double helix. It's time we were both free. I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you. What? The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they've formed.
Frig's sick. But I thought, wasn't cross the accept button? I pressed cross and he like fell. Like, what is going on there?
Is that the best you could do? Let's go.
Right, you have to beat Solidus. This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. You're nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
What the? The old model destroyed 4 years ago was Rex.
The new amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your code name, Raiden, too, comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name the U.S. Armed Forces used for the Japanese fighter Raiden?
It was Jack. Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game. Exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill your purpose. Defeat Solidus.
Is that the best you can do? Let's go. What's wrong with you? Let's go. Is that the best you can do?
Is that the best you can do? All right.
Okay, so the accept button does not pull me up, but instead lets me drop. It's really weird that the controls are a bit messed around. I'm not sure what I pressed there. Press triangle and circle, so it's one of those. Do not press cross. Okay, so we can hit him 3 times. After that, move.
Good work, Jack. This is where it gets interesting.
Who am I, really?
No one quite knows who or what they are. The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not. That's never the point. There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What you think you see is only as real as your brain tells you it is.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in? What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future. The Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you. By the way, what is that?
Dog tags.
Anyone you know?
No, never heard the name before. I'll pick my own name, and my own life. I'll find something worth passing on. They taught me some good things, too.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word, even me.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry, I'll find him, count on it. As long as you keep yourself alive, he's safe.
Do you know where Liquid went?
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to begin with. Cheer up, we have a better lead. This contains the list of all the Patriots.
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
What?
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriots' identity. Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first. And people you need to talk to.
Snake?
What's wrong?
Nothing. Can I ask you something? Who am I, really?
I wouldn't know. But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Oh. Yeah.
See me for what I am, okay?
know.
Do you remember this place?
Of course. This is where we first met. I remember now.
Hmm?
Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
I think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
He said all living things want their genes to live on.
Are you talking about the baby?
Yeah. The genes aren't the only thing you pass on. There are too many things that aren't written into our DNA. It's up to us to teach that to our children.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, compassion, sorrow, joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is that a proposal?
This is for your ears only.
I stare at the stars and the sky up above and think, what am I made of? Am I full of sorrow? Am I hurt and pain? Or am I filled with love? I walk by myself on the streets below and ask every child I know, do you think tomorrow will bring sun or rain? Which one of these will show? I can't say goodbye to yesterday, my friend. I keep holding on till the end. Out of the darkness, there is no other way than the light leading to yesterday. It's there that I'll find inner peace, not war, and dreams that I let slip away. I'll find the joyfulness I'm looking for way back in yesterday. from you to me. I fall to my knees, I cry and I cry. Love, do not pass me by. Happy ever after, please stay for a while. Make time refuse to fly. I can't say goodbye to yesterday, my friend, 'cause I know how good it has been. Facing forever, here I stand, come what may. Bring the old, bring the new, yesterday. It's there that I'll find inner peace, not war, and dreams that I let slip away. I'll find the joyfulness I'm looking for way back in yesterday.
Life isn't just about passing on your genes. We can leave behind much more than just DNA. Through speech, music, literature, and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, anger, joy, and sorrow. These are the things I will pass on. That's what I live for. We need to pass the torch and let our children read our messy and sad history by its light. We have all the magic of the digital age to do that with. The human race will probably come to an end sometime, and new species may rule over this planet. Earth may not be forever, but we still have the responsibility to leave what traces of life we can. Building the future and keeping the past alive are one and the same thing.
Snake, you there? It's me. I've finished going over that disk.
Did you find the Patriots list?
Of course. It contains the personal data of 12 people. There was a name on it. Snake, it was one of our biggest contributors.
What's going on around here?
I don't know.
Anyway, where are they?
Well, we were right about them being on Manhattan, but...
But what?
They're already dead. All 12 of them.
When did it happen?
Well, about 100 years ago.
What the hell?
Whoop whoop, a cut above. Codename Scorpion. Nice. Photo finish. Acquire the digital camera. Nice. Whoop whoop. Okay, so Metal Gear Solid 2 is done. Let's see. Watch something in the casting theater. There we go. That's another trophy. Okay. So next is the screenplay book, and then Metal Gear Solid 3. So okay. Metal Gear Archive. Get briefed on Metal Gear, a series with its history spanning over 35 years. Oh wait, I think I've already read this. Yeah, this is the same as before. Oh wait, this is different. Okay, the world of Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. World and story. 2 missions tied together by the Patriots. The Tanker Incident Tanker Chapter. Starring Solid Snake. The Big Shell Incident Plant Chapter, starring Raiden. A tangle web of deception revolving around two new Metal Gears and the camouflage designed to conceal them. What is the goal of the Patriots who lurk behind it all? Here we'll take a look at Metal Gear Solid 2's characters and the story that unfolds around them. Metal Gear Solid 2 story overview. Two protagonists, two new Metal Gears, and the Patriots. The Patriots have been active behind the scenes throughout the Metal Gear series. Let's take a look back at the story of Metal Gear Solid 2, in which their existence is first made clear. Two characters of different ages and backgrounds. The story of Metal Gear Solid 2 is divided into two parts. The tanker chapter starring the legendary soldier Solid Snake, and the plant chapter which takes place 2 years later and introduces Raiden, a new foxhound recruit. Though they are of different ages, backgrounds and objectives, they join forces as they are pulled into a web woven by the Patriots. Tank chapter protagonist Solid Snake 2007, plant chapter protagonist Raiden 2009. Raising questions about the coming information society. Metal Gear Solid 2 takes up the subject of information control at the hands of AI, highlighting the problems and apprehensions brought about by our modern social media landscape. A theme of the game being memes, cultural genes. It asks the player, what should we leave for future generations? What should we pass on? Metal Gear Solid 2 story tanker chapter. Note, the following 5 pages describes Metal Gear Solid 2's story. Due to the spoiler heavy nature, any first time players are advised to avoid this section until completing the game. Infiltrating a dummy tanker travelling down the Hudson River. Now, working together for philanthropy, an anti-Metal Gear organisation, Snake and Otacon get wind of the existence of a new Metal Gear, and Snake slips aboard a dummy tanker alone. Shortly after, Snake arrives on the tanker. A mysterious armed group appears by helicopter, taking control of a ship in a matter of moments. The group plants bombs all over the ship and lays down a tight security net. Snake makes his way inside and heads for the bridge. After the battle, it becomes clear that the armed group is Colonel Golukovich's forces. Convinced they are after Metal Gear 2, Snake proceeds down to the holds. A one-on-one fight with Olga on a windswept deck. On the wing of the deck, Snake encounters Olga, who appears to be a commanding officer. He attempts to neutralize her, but she surprises him with a concealed gun, and a gunfight ensues. Through the engine room to the holds where Metal Gear Ray slumbers. Moving from the engine room down the starboard side of Deck 2, Snake encounters a squad of soldiers. He fights them off, then proceeds to the holds where Metal Gear Ray is likely being kept. Semtex explosives have been planted in the engine room. Snake destroys their control units and presses on, getting into a gunfight with a squad of soldiers on the way to the holds. With few places to hide, it proves to be a tough battle. Getting photographic evidence of Ray in hold number 3. Snake sneaks into hold number 3 and sends Otacon photos of Metal Gear Ray just before Ocelot crashes the party. Ocelot then steals Ray, sinks the tanker and disappears into the murky waters. Ocelot seizes Ray and makes his escape. Ocelot looks and acts as though Liquid has taken over his mind. He had Liquid's right arm grafted onto his body after losing his own on Shadow Moses. Metal Gear Solid 2 plant chapter story. The story continues on the Big Shell, where Raiden does a solo infiltration from the sea. It has been 2 years since the tanker incident. Terrorists have captured the offshore facility, the Big Shell, taking the president and others hostage and demanding a ransom of $30 billion. Raiden, member of the newly reactivated Foxhound, makes his way into the plant to disarm the terrorists and free the hostages. Under the Colonel's orders and with his girlfriend Rose providing mission support, Raiden enters the big shell from the deep sea dock. A chance partnership with a man called Pliskin. In the transformer room, Raiden has a run-in with Vamp, a member of Dead Cell, a former anti-terror special forces unit working with the terrorists. A man calling himself Pliskin appears and engages Vamp, but the mysterious foe gets away. Dodging the gunfire with superhuman agility, Vamp kills the members of SEAL Team 10 one by one. Even Pliskin is no match for him. A race to neutralise the C4s set to blow up the plant in retaliation for the assault. In the dining hall, Raiden secures Stillman, a bomb disposal expert who teaches him how to dispose of the C4s. Raiden and Pliskin then split up to defuse the bombs and save the big shell. Raiden eliminates enemy soldiers and neutralises bombs with the coolant spray. However, it soon comes to light there is a bomb his sensor can't detect. A battle with Lady Luck. Dead Cell's leader. While Raiden is defusing another C4, Stillman falls in a trap and is killed. After returning from taking care of the last bomb, Dead Cell's leader makes her entrance. Raiden engages her, but his bullets cannot hit her. Fortune is unharmed, but two of Raiden's bullets strike Vamp after he appears. This momentarily distracts Fortune, allowing Raiden to escape. Versus Fat Man, the Emperor of Explosives. During the battle with Fortune, the Colonel calls Raiden to tell him Fat Man has planted a bomb on the heliport that needs to be defused. Raiden hurries to the heliport and takes care of it. A fight with Fat Man ensues, with Raiden emerging victorious. Raiden, though he had defused all of Fat Man's bombs, but in fact the last one was hidden on his person. A little help from a ninja called Mr. X. Raiden disguises himself using the battle dress uniform he gets from the ninja and makes contact with Ames, who knows the present's location. Ocelot sees right through Raiden's disguise, but the ninja appears, enabling Raiden to get away. Pliskin is Solid Snake and Raiden shoots down Solidus's Harrier. Raiden heads for Shell 2 to rescue the President. After neutralising C4s on the connecting bridge to the Shell, the leader of the terrorist Solidus Snake appears, engaging Raiden in a Harrier jet. Raiden takes down the Harrier with the Stinger missiles he gets from Snake. Metal Gear Ray then makes a surprise appearance, rescuing Solidus. Shell 2 unleashing Emma. Raiden comes face to face with the President after he reveals the existence of a group called the Patriots and the fact that the big shell is a cover for a new Metal Gear called Arsenal Gear. He is killed by Ocelot. Raiden hurries to Emma with the virus that can stop Arsenal. The President tells Raiden how to stop Arsenal Gear and gives him a disc containing a computer virus. Vamp's ambush, Emma's death, and Arsenal Gear ready for launch. Raiden meets up with Emma, who informs him the Patriots control the world by controlling information. On the way to the computer room, however, Emma is attacked by Vamp and is seriously wounded. Nevertheless, she manages to upload the virus to Arsenal's AI, though the process stops at 90%. Emma dies from her injury, and Solidus manages to launch Arsenal Gear. Slipping into Arsenal, where layers of truth are revealed. Captured by Snake and Olga, Raiden is naked and restrained. Olga soon releases his restraints and Raiden sneaks his way deeper into Arsenal. The Colonel and Rose begin behaving erratically. It turns out the Colonel never existed. He was merely a phantom created by the Patriots to manipulate Raiden. With this revelation, other layers of a vast conspiracy comes to light. An uphill battle against the Rays and a duel with Solidus. After the battle with the mass production Rays, the Patriots AI GW is destroyed by Emma's virus and Arsenal gear crashes into Manhattan, Raiden confronts Solidus, putting an end to the fight. In the end, it is revealed that Solidus was a pawn of the Patriots, used to test the limits of the AI system. The Patriots have been behind everything, and the decisive battle with them comes in Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 2 character files. Number 1, Solid Snake, former Foxhound operative who makes the impossible possible. A legendary soldier who has saved the world from the threat of Metal Gear 3 times over. After the Shadow Moses incident, he and Otacon worked for the anti-Metal Gear organisation Philanthropy, dedicating themselves to eradicating all the Metal Gears that had appeared around the world. In Metal Gear Solid 2, Snake presents as a man rapidly aging due to the effects of the genetic engineering that created him, but in getting and providing backup for the rookie Raiden, he comes off as a grizzled veteran. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. Snake can also be quite frank at times. Snake analysis: never goes on a mission without his cigarettes. His love for cardboard boxes knows no bounds. Snake equips his cigarettes during the tanker chapter and calls Otacon. Otacon will encourage him to quit. Snake retorts that he isn't bothering anyone, but when Otacon points out he threw his cigarette butt off the bridge, Snake has no answer. If you equip a cardboard box during the plant chapter and call Pliskin Snake, he will speak passionately about the usefulness, giving yet another look at Snake's love for the cardboard box. Number 2, Raiden, new Foxhound recruit with impressive results in VR training. I'll pick my own name and my own life. I'll find something worth passing on. New recruit of Special Forces Unit Foxhound, tasked with a one-man infiltration of the Big Shell to stop the terrorists that have seized control. At the end of the game, Raiden learns all the events of the mission were orchestrated by the Patriots, and he must also face down his past as a child soldier raised by Solidus. These revelations nearly cause him to lose sight of who he really is, but with some encouragement from Snake and Rose, he reclaims his identity and sets out to carve a new path for himself. Raiden has a relatively short time to learn how to use the blade he receives from Olga the Ninja, but he quickly puts it to use, defeating Solidus. The same blade will later become Raiden's weapon of choice. His girlfriend Rose's cooking has proven traumatic. Even Emma thinks it's a wig. If you equip a ration and call Pliskin, aka Snake, Raiden will confess, I prefer rations over Rose's home cooking. Metal Gear Solid 4. In Metal Gear Solid 4, Campbell is also subjected to Rose's exploits in the kitchen. If you point the directional microphone at Emma as she crosses the oil fence, she'll mutter, "But I've got my own ideas about that hair." Incidentally, you can unlock 3 kinds of wigs for Raiden as special bonuses. Otacon, Hal Emmerich, engineer, Snake's partner, and someone who understands him, working alongside him as they undertake high-risk actions. Brilliant engineer who, as an employee of ArmsTech, designed and developed Metal Gear Rex on Shadow Moses Island. In the plant chapter, one particular immoral act he committed in his past comes to light, and his stepsister Emma plays a critical role in what unfolds. Tragically, she is attacked by Vamp shortly after reuniting with Otacon and succumbs to her wound. Near the end of the game, he evacuates hostages from the big shell via chopper. Otacon continues to provide support over the Kodak, even being the one to inform Raiden that the Colonel doesn't actually exist. The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker, and bring back photographic evidence. Snake entrusts him with rescuing the hostages, a task he completes not long after overcoming personal tragedy. Can surprisingly be a joker too. In the tanker chapter, we are supposed to send Otacon photos of Metal Gear Ray. He will have some funny reactions if you send him photos of other things instead. What's more, a chibi pixel art version of Otacon appears in this scene. At the end of the game, offers detailed information. At the end of the game, after the crazy Colonel makes his appearance, Otacon is the one who provides support instead. He shares information on subjects including the capabilities of the mass production Rays, Tengu soldiers, the Colonel, and GW. Colonel, Operational Commander of Special Forces Unit Foxhound, and the one in charge of the Big Shell infiltration mission. Seemingly Foxhound's commander, he is actually an illusory creation of the Patriot's AI GW, projected directly into Raiden's brain as part of the S3 plan, or the Selection for Societal Sanity plan. Issues Raiden orders, giving him tasks to accomplish in order to disarm the terrorists, all according to the Patriots' design, goes haywire at the end of the game due to the effects of the worm cluster Emma created. Following this, he reveals the full scale of the S3 plan to Raiden. Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance. Guides Raiden as his watchful commander, at least until the end of the game. Analysis. Reactions so diverse it's hard to believe he's an AI. The Colonel reacts in ways that almost make it hard to believe he is an AI. He consoles Raiden when a guard urinates on him, expresses disgust when he enters a women's restroom, and even expresses a desire to see Rose in cosplay. Throughout the entire mission, Raiden never doubted he was speaking to a real person. The AI short circuits and things get even more interesting. When the AI goes haywire after Emma's worm cluster is introduced to it, the Colonel starts speaking to Raiden erratically. Some of his lines are even directed at the player, including "The mission is a failure, cut the power right now." Rosemary, Raiden's girlfriend and data analyst for the mission. Raiden's girlfriend and data processing specialist, the analyst who was supposed to take part in the mission, was in an accident, and Rose was brought in as a last-minute replacement. However, it later comes to light that she, in fact, was hired by the Patriots to get close to Raiden and has been monitoring his actions and reporting back to them. After it becomes clear that the Colonel is an AI, Raiden begins to wonder if Rose even exists, but they reunite at the end of the game. The child she was carrying in MGS2 makes an appearance in Metal Gear Solid 4. That day at Federal Hall 2 years ago, it wasn't a coincidence. Rose prefers to call Raiden Jack rather than by his codename. Met Raiden as part of her mission. Raiden hasn't told Rose anything about his family or his experiences when he was younger, and she can be a little forceful in trying to draw these out from him. Though she met Raiden as part of an assignment issued to her by the Patriots, she has developed genuine feelings for him over the course of their 2 years together. Replaced with an AI, after GW goes berserk, the Patriots, cut off by communications from the real Rose, and replace her with an AI. Like the AI Colonel, the AI Rose's comments can be rather scathing, causing all sorts of confusion for Raiden. Emma Emmerich, Otacon's stepsister and a Genius Systems programmer. Otacon's stepsister, whom he calls EE, a whiz with computers, she joined a top-secret project for the US Navy, becoming involved with development on GW, a massive data processing system capable of controlling information on a global scale. She is injured after getting mixed up in Solidus's terrorist revolt, and though she is able to reunite with Otacon, their time is short-lived and she succumbs to her wound. Do you know how a computer operates? Emma uses lacquered chopsticks instead of hair clips. While on the move with Raiden to stop GW, Emma is attacked by Vamp and sustains a serious injury. The Emmerich family curse. Otacon describes his grandfather's fathers and his own involvement with nuclear weapons as a family curse, and it was his wish that Emma could somehow avoid the same fate. However, she ended up walking this path in order to feel closer to her stepbrother. Past trauma surrounding water. When Emma was 6, her stepfather, Huey, drowned himself in the family pool, almost taking Emma with him. She has been afraid of water ever since. At the time, Otacon, in the middle of having relations with Emma's mother, didn't realise what was going on in the pool, and Emma suffered emotional scars as a result. Iroquois Pliskin. A man of many mysteries, he infiltrates the plant under a fake name and affiliation. He shares the fact that Iroquois means venomous snake in Algonquin. Pliskin tosses down stinger missiles to Raiden during the Harrier II battle. Though he presents himself as Lieutenant Junior Grade Iroquois Pliskin, this man is in fact none other than Solid Snake. He made his way into the Big Shell to verify information that Philanthropy had obtained about a new Metal Gear, but ends up helping out Raiden with the bomb disposals, the Harrier II battle, and quite a bit more. Pliskin tells Stillman that he's with a separate squad from SEAL Team 10, but from the way Pliskin talks, Stillman knows full well he is no Navy man. Ninja, an unknown quantity who supports Raiden on his infiltration mission. The ninja speaks and acts in ways reminiscent of the cyborg ninja from the Shadow Moses incident. The ninja gives Raiden a battle dress uniform to help him get into the Shell 1 core. They also show up in the B1 hall to help Raiden escape after Ocelot sees through the disguise. A mysterious entity who tends to pop up when least expected. In truth, it is Olga under the suit, forced by the Patriots to participate in the incident after they took her baby away and told her that if Raiden dies, her child dies. The ninja aids Raiden's mission, sometimes giving advice over the codec or showing up to lend a hand in an uphill battle. At the end of the game, the ninja is the one who sneaks Snake and Raiden into Arsenal gear. Peter Stillman, bomb disposal expert, well versed in all manner of explosives. Coolant spray allows for bombs to be temporarily frozen and neutralized. Peter shows Raiden and Pliskin how to use this spray and then entrusts them to go dispose of the bombs. It comes to light that Peter lied to everyone about an event from his past. To atone for what he did, he heads out to defuse a bomb personally, but he makes a miscalculation and dies in the resulting explosion. A former instructor at the Naval School of Explosive Ordnance Disposal, commonly known as Indian Head, and a former consultant to the NYPD bomb squad. Stillman is often referred to as the bomb disposal expert. He was brought on to the Big Shell with the Navy SEALs to help defuse bombs planted on it, but it turns out a member of Dead Cell, Fat Man, is a former pupil of his, and a battle of wits unfolds between the mad bomber and the man trying to stop him. James Johnson, Commander-in-Chief, he visits the Big Shell for a very specific purpose. 44th President of the United States, ostensibly taken hostage by the terrorists while visiting the Big Shell, he had learned the facility was cover for arsenal gear and attempted to use this information as a bargaining chip to become a member of the Patriots, conspiring with Solidus. However, after learning Solidus actually intended to go to war with the Patriots, he cut ties with him and was confined within the shell. The president chooses death in order to prevent the nuclear launch. Raiden refuses to shoot him, but Ocelot shows up and kills him instead. It is later revealed that the president's death was part of him playing his role. Solidus Snake, clone of Big Boss, who wants to free the world from the Patriots' control. And we will become the Sons of Liberty. Desires to obtain a list of the Patriots and eliminate them one by one. Like Solid and Liquid Snake, Solidus is a clone of Big Boss created through the Les Enfants Terribles project, serving as 43rd President of the United States under the name George Sears. He was actually the one responsible for instigating the Shadow Moses incident through Ocelot. 4 years later, he uses the members of Dead Cell and Gurlukovich's forces as pawns to seize arsenal gear in an attempt to liberate society from the Patriots. Guided Raiden when he was a child. In the 1980s, Solidus killed Raiden's parents and took him for his own son. From around the age of 6, he puts a gun in Raiden's hands and raised him as a child soldier. The reason being, as Solidus tells it, because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. This is the first time the two of them have seen each other since those days. Wears a powered suit, employing artificial muscle technology, consisting of an exoskeleton and a myriad of sensors running beneath the suit like its own nervous system. The suit's artificial muscles contract the split second any sort of shock is detected, making cutting through the suit a challenge and limiting damage received to the bare minimum. Fortune. My name is Fortune, luck in war and nothing else, and without a death to call my own. An electromagnetic device was the reason no bullet could hit her. Known as Lady Luck, a railgun is her weapon of choice. Leader of Dead Cell, she earned the nickname Lady Luck after no bullet could hit her on the battlefield. Real name Helena Dolph Jackson, has vowed revenge on Snake, said to be who killed her father, Scott Dolph. In the end, however, all of her efforts were merely part of the Patriots' S3 plan. It was even their electromagnetic device that was the reason for her luck. Though she does ultimately fall to a bullet, she is able to perform something of a miracle right before death. A string of misfortunes. On top of the death of her father, her husband, former leader of Dead Cell, Colonel Jackson, was imprisoned and died in jail. Her mother then committed suicide. Fortune herself suffered a miscarriage, and other members of Dead Cell were killed, meaning that Fortune lost her family and her place in the world in a relatively short time. Wields a prototype railgun. Rather than using gunpowder, Fortune's railgun uses magnetic force to launch shells at an ultra-high velocity. Many problems with the weapon remain, however, including a high likelihood of spontaneous discharge, which means the weapon is yet to be put into official use. However, Fortune has been able to master it. Vamp. 6 months ago, we lost everything we believed in. Vamp comes at Raiden with physical abilities that defy belief, including being able to move swiftly even underwater. Possessing uncanny agility and other physical abilities, he uses knives to hunt his prey. Dead Cell member whose preferred weapon is throwing knives. The name of Vamp comes from the fact that he is bisexual and is rumoured that he and Scott Dolph were lovers. Born in Romania, he was the victim of a terrorist bombing when he was young and forced to survive off his and his family's blood while trapped in the rubble. This is how he acquired his taste for blood. Superhuman physical abilities. Vamp possesses a number of extraordinary abilities. He regains consciousness even after taking a bullet to the forehead, and survives swimming in a filtration pool with no buoyancy. The secret behind Vamp's abilities are made clear when he returns in Metal Gear Solid 4. He can even dodge bullets. Vamp is able to determine where an adversary will fire next from the movements of their muscles, which tell him where the barrel of their gun will be pointed next. In his battle against the SEALs, for example, he was able to wipe them out without taking a single hit. So every time he fights his enemies, he's looking at their muscles. That's weird. Right, so Fat Man, my ambitions are more simple: to be the most famous bomber of them all. His inline skates allow him to whiz around the battlefield. A mad bomber of generous size who learned everything he knows from Peter Stillman, an instructor at the Naval School of Explosive Ordnance Disposal, who was like a father to him. A self-proclaimed artist, he sprays cologne on his explosives as a form of personal aesthetic. Though still a member of Dead Cell, he agrees to work with the Patriots in exchange for a chance to have a showdown with Stillman. His role in the Big Shell incident is to serve as an examiner of sorts to test Raiden's true ability. A protective bomb blast suit. Fat Man's bomb blast suit protects him from explosions. It is rather heavy due to the extreme protection it offers, but Fat Man compensates for this by wearing inline skates which offer him high mobility. Part of his long, slender fingers. Fat Man's pride and joy above everything else are his fingers. Thin, beautiful, and feminine, he is diligent in caring for his hands, always admiring them and giving himself a manicure, an aesthetic fixation all his own. Revolver Ocelot. Alas, my finger must have slipped. Though the player never fights Ocelot directly in Metal Gear Solid 2, he plays a much larger role compared to the previous game. Solitary animal who works with Golukovich, Solidus and the Patriots, all the while quietly waiting for the right opportunity. Former member of Foxhound who, after getting his right arm sliced off by the Cyborg Ninja, had Liquid Snake's right arm grafted onto his body. In the Tanker chapter, he steals Metal Gear Ray as ordered by the Patriots. In the Plant chapter, he works with Solidus, advancing the S3 plan, Solid Snake simulation behind the scenes, recreating the Shadow Moses incident. It is later revealed that this was a test of the Patriots' real S3 plan, selection for societal sanity, but by this point, Ocelot has already disappeared from Arsenal Gear in a Metal Gear Ray. The S3 plan, advanced in part by Ocelot, Ocelot works in the background to recreate the Shadow Moses incident as part of data collection for a training program designed to enable even a rookie soldier to produce the results of a battle-hardened warrior. Liquid's personality invades through his arm. Unlike in Metal Gear Solid, in this installment, Ocelot acts on various occasions like Liquid has taken over his body and his mind. For details, see the section on Liquid Ocelot on page 45. Olga Gurlukovich, whoever you are, you're not stopping us. Olga is on the boarding party that captured the Marines tanker. An intense gunfight with Snake later takes place. Soldier who grew up in her father's unit, supporting him all the way. Daughter of Sergei Golukovich and an outstanding soldier. In the tank chapter, despite being pregnant at the time, she attacks the dummy tanker with her father, Sergei, but ends up losing to Snake in a gun battle. In the plant chapter, Olga and the rest of the Golukovich forces have linked up with Solidus. The Patriots took Olga's child away from her right after she was born, later telling her that if Raiden dies, her child dies. This is why she aids Raiden as the ninja, in the process betraying Solidus. When she reveals this to him, he promptly shoots her. Inherited exemplary marksmanship and martial prowess. In her battle with Snake, Olga uses a gun hybrid, a knife with a single shot concealment in its handle. Her father was a colonel in the former Soviet Union GRU Main Intelligence Directorate, and so she received weapons and combat training from when she was a child. Physical abilities that rival those of the cyborg ninja. When Raiden gets into trouble, she appears from nowhere and helps him escape, deflecting bullets with her sword and performing other feats in an impressive display of agility and clean movement similar to that of the cyborg ninja. Sergei Golukovich, former GRU colonel who attacks the tanker to capture the new Metal Gear. Former GRU colonel who attempted to join forces with Foxhound through Ocelot during the Shadow Moses incident. In the tank chapter, he and his private mercenary group attacked the Marines' dummy tanker in an attempt to steal Metal Gear Ray and use it to help rebuild Russia. They are able to capture the ship as planned, but following this, Ocelot betrays Golukovich, steals Ray for himself, and sends Golukovich to the bottom of the ocean along with the tanker. Golukovich has a tender side, expressing concern for his pregnant daughter participating in the operation. Bitter over his birthplace being sold out to the United States, he waited for his chance at revenge. Scott Dolph, Commandant of the Marine Corps in charge of transporting Metal Gear Ray. Commandant of the United States Marine Corps, he leads the prototype Metal Gear Ray to an exercise area aboard the dummy tanker. On the way, he speaks passionately to rows of Marines about what Ray means as well as the weight of the duty the Marines bear. Fortune Helena Dolph Jackson of Dead Cell is his daughter, and rumour has it he and Vamp are lovers. He sneaks short breaks into his speech, having the Marines move about to stay sharp. Attacked by Gurlukovich and Ocelot, he goes down with the tanker. Liquid Ocelot. Liquid Snake's personality manifested in Ocelot. Metal Gear Solid 2, as well as the... after getting his right arm cut off by the cyborg ninja in Metal Gear Solid, Ocelot had Liquid Snake's right arm grafted onto his following the Shadow Moses incident. He appears before Snake once more in Metal Gear Solid 2, only this time there are moments where it appears his mind have been taken over by Liquid's. His fearless attitude and even his voice are identical to Liquid's, and he takes delight in taunting Solid Snake. At the end of the game, he turns his back on Solidus and the Patriots, getting into the cockpit of a Metal Gear Ray and diving into the ocean. Incidentally, it was he who leaked information about arsenal gear to Otacon, which is what brought Snake to the big shell in the first place. Ocelot's actions following Metal Gear Solid 2, as well as the secret behind Liquid hijacking his mind and body, are laid bare in Metal Gear Solid 4. His sights set on the Patriots, he snarls at Snake and Solidus, telling them there's room for only one Snake. Johnny Sasaki. returning character from Metal Gear Solid, albeit off-screen. A soldier who has been a famous recurring character since Metal Gear Solid. In Metal Gear Solid 2, the player never gets a glimpse of Johnny, as he appears in voice only, specifically the Shell 1 Core B1 hull and the Strut L oil fence. Point the directional microphone in the right direction in these locations to hear Johnny speak. Though he was one of the few survivors of the Shadow Moses incident, any confidence he may have gained doesn't appear to have done his bowels any good, as they are in just as terrible a shape this time around. Shell 1 Core B1 hull. Point the directional microphone at what would appear to be a restroom to hear Johnny say, "This one's worse than that one up in Alaska," as he once again suffers on a porcelain throne while reflecting on his life choices. Strut L oil fence. When Emma walks behind the column, Johnny will spot her yelling "freeze." He then tells her about something he learned on Shadow Moses. Okay, the explanation of Metal Gear Solid 2 The Sons of Liberty. Commentary. Metal Gear Solid 2's innovations and unraveling the depths of its story. Okay, I think this reading is taking a long time. I'm just gonna flick through the pages so I can get the trophy and then start Metal Gear Solid 3 next. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. And last. Section 1. Start of the tank chapter. Opening cutscene. Caption: George Washington Bridge, Manhattan. The Hudson River roils in the storm. Snake stands on the bridge, George Washington Bridge. Only his silhouette, outlined by the constant shafts of water glancing off the invisible figure, can be made out. Visibility is close to zero due to heavy rain, high winds, and dense fog. Snake dives off the bridge strut, a thin wire attached to his body. The tanker's deck looms before him. Snake lands on the tanker's deck to the stern of the ship. The impact of the landing renders his stealth camo inoperable. Snake is forced to deactivate it and become visible. Cut to the binoculars. Okay, blah 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 blah. Alright, so yep. And the plant incident. Oh no, this is still the tanker, because Snake and Otacon. Here we go. Plant chapter. With region. So yep, next game is Metal Gear Solid 3, the last in the Master Collection, Volume 1. And after that I'll do Peace Walker. And after Peace Walker will be Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain. Then after the Phantom Pain, I'll start The Legend of Zelda. That's at the end. What? Didn't get the trophy? Got through all the pages, didn't get the trophy. What's going on? Okay, whatever. So the trophy didn't pop there. Well, whatever. Okay. Let's see, it's after 1 o'clock in the morning. Should I start Metal Gear Solid 3? Okay, I'll stop the stream, think about it, and yeah, I'll either stream Metal Gear Solid 3 now for a bit, or I'll do it tomorrow at some point. Okay.